The alien ship floated silently above Earth. It was large like a small moon, dark, cold, and full of watching eyes. Inside, the alien leaders sat in a circle. Their skin was silver, their eyes black, and their minds sharp. They had watched humans for 10 years. No war, one alien said. No weapons, only music, farming, art, another added. They are tame, a third one laughed. Like pets, they all agreed. The humans had changed. Long ago, they had records of human wars, destruction, and chaos. But now, Earth was quiet, peaceful, soft, too soft. The aliens made a decision. We will take a few of them, for study. Sent down small ships, fast, invisible. No human noticed them. In the dark of night, they captured 20 humans from a small village in the mountains. No one screamed, no one fought. The humans simply watched the aliens brought them aboard. In a white, clean room, the 20 humans sat in silence. Women, even to children. They looked calm. Their faces showed no fear. One young woman even smiled. The alien scientist, Commander Varix, didn't understand. We have taken you from your world, he said through a translator. You are our test subjects now. No answer. You have no weapons, no army. You are alone? Still no answer? A boy maybe 10 years old stood up. He looked at Varix with calm eyes. Then he said softly, Are you sure we are alone? The room went quiet. Varix narrowed his eyes. What do you mean, boy? The boy just smiled and sat down. Later, in the control room, Varix talked with the others. They are strange, he said. No fear, no questions. Like they expected this. Another. Alien, Dr. Zell replied. They have become weak from peace. That is all. Long peace makes soft minds. Varix was not sure. But the boy. He looked at me like he was testing me. Don't be fooled. Zell said. They are harmless. Let the tests begin. Back in the human room, the old man sat. Near the wall, his eyes were closed. He hummed a soft tune like a lullaby. The others listened. The young woman whispered, Is it time? Not yet, the old man said. Let them think we are what they believe. What if they take more? Of us, the boy asked. Let them, the old man replied. They will learn. The lights flickered for a moment. No one noticed, except the old man. His smile grew a little wider. That night, Varix walked alone through the corridor. It was dark. The ship was always cold, but tonight it felt colder. He stopped outside the test room. Through the glass, he watched the humans sleep. No guards. No chains. They hadn't even tried to escape. He turned to leave, then stopped. One of the humans, a young woman, was standing right at the glass, eyes open, watching him. Her face was calm, still, but her eyes, they were not peaceful. Varix walked away quickly. In the morning, alarms rang. One of the lower labs was destroyed. Fire, smoke, a hole melted through the floor. The cameras gone. The guards knocked out but alive. Nothing stolen, nothing touched. Varix ordered a full check. Every door was locked. Every human was still in the room. No one had escaped. How is this possible? He asked. Dr. Zell was pale. We don't know. Varix went back to the human room. As they all sat as before. He stared at them. The old man opened his eyes. Beautiful ship, he said. Varix froze. You've never seen the rest of it. The old man smiled. I've seen enough. Varix left in silence. Later, in a private meeting, the alien leader spoke again. We made a mistake, Varix said. They are not tame. Another replied, they have no weapons. They are the weapon, Varix whispered. The room went cold. Back in the human cell, the young woman whispered to the old man, Do they suspect? Yes, should we act? Not yet. Let the fear grow. Let them keep watching. The boy looked out the small window at the stars. He smiled. Soon alien scientists worked day and night inside the massive ship. They watched the 20 human captives with cameras, scanners, and machines. Blood samples were taken. Brain activity was measured. Muscles were scanned. Every result said the same thing: normal, average, harmless. Dr. Zell shook his head. We are wasting time. These humans are weak. It's just farmers and musicians. Nothing like the old records. Commander Verex didn't speak. He just stared at the screen. The humans were sitting calmly in their glass room, talking softly. The food they were given, smiling often, sleeping peacefully. But Verex couldn't forget the fire in the lab, or the woman who had stared at him without blinking. Something was wrong. Inside the holding room, humans were careful. They didn't talk about escape. Not out loud. They told stories. Old ones about kings and beasts, about battles and survival. The children listened closely. The aliens thought they were just passing time. They didn't know these stories were lessons. Training. Every story was a code. Every word had meaning. On the fourth day, the aliens took the boy. He didn't fight. He smiled and walked with them. They placed him on a soft bed in a cold white room. Machines were placed around him. A scanner read his thoughts. Dr. Zell watched. The screen, the boy was thinking about. A river. A quiet place. Birds, peaceful Exiel smirked. See? Nothing inside. His brain is like an animal's. Simple. But the scanner beeped. A line of strange code flashed on the screen. What is that? Zell asked. The assistant frowned. It looks like a pattern. It's almost like a language. Zell leaned closer. The code changed. Now it looked like music. Then it disappeared. The boy opened his eyes and looked at them. Done, he asked. Exiel nodded slowly. Yes, you can go. The boy hopped off the table and smiled. Thank you. Walked back to the cell. Later in the alien lab, the scanner shut down. Black smoke rose from its vents. All memory files were wiped. Gone. Exiel stared at the machine in shock. This makes no sense. That night, inside the human room, the boy sat beside the old man. They tried to read me. The old man nodded. Did they understand anything? The boy laughed. They saw birds. Out. Everyone smiled. Meanwhile, in the alien war chamber, the generals were growing restless. This is taking too long, one barked. We came to test them, not babysit them. Verex stood up. They are hiding something. I can feel it. Their silence. It's not weakness. It's control. They have no weapons. Another shouted, V. Rex whispered. Then why do we feel afraid? Back in the human room, the young woman practiced slow movements. To the aliens, it looked like dancing. In truth, it was combat training old style. Silent, deadly. The two children watched and copied. Each move had a meaning. Each breath was a countdown. On the sixth night, guard entered the holding room alone. He brought food. He turned his back for 3 seconds. When he turned around, the tray was empty, and his weapon was missing. He searched the room. No one moved. All 20 humans were sitting calmly. Smiling, empty hands, he backed away. Slowly, but his eyes were shaking. Later, Varric saw the footage. They took the weapon, he said. Exiel replied. But how? We watched the whole time, Varric. Froze the image on one frame. The old man was blinking. Only in that single blink. The weapon was gone. Impossible in the dark room. Varric spoke to the Council of Commanders. I want the ship locked down. No one in, no one out. Full alert. But they haven't done anything violent, one commander argued. Varex's eyes were cold. That's what scares me. In the human room, the old man held something small in his hand. Hidden, it was not a weapon anymore. It had already served. Its purpose. They knew the aliens were scared now. Fear was a good start, but it was only the beginning. It began with silence. Not from the humans, but from the ship itself. A strange quiet spread across the lower decks. Machines powered off. Lights flickered. Security doors locked and unlocked on their own. The alien crew whispered to each other. Unsure what was happening, then it happened. Lab 9A exploded. Fire, smoke, steel twisted like paper. 2 alien engineers were found unconscious. One was burned badly, the other frozen with fear. Both survived, but remembered nothing. Security footage? Deleted backup. Files? Corrupted. The only thing left behind was a single word, scratched onto a melted console. Observe. Commander Varric stormed into the control room. Who was in that lab? Just machines, a technician replied. No humans ever entered. That sector? No guards saw anything? Nothing, sir? The hallway cameras blacked out for exactly 12 seconds. Varric stared at the screen. That's too perfect. They knew our systems. But the humans don't have access, someone whispered. Virex didn't answer. He turned to the map of the ship. The human holding cell was far from Lab 9A, but he didn't care. Bring in the old man, he said. The old man walked into the interrogation room with slow, steady steps, his face calm, his eyes sharp. Varric stood across from him. There was an attack, Varric said. A lab was destroyed. The old man said nothing. Varric leaned in. You know something? Still silence. Who are you? Varric growled. You live like farmers. You sing like poets. But something is wrong with you. The old man looked up. His voice was soft. You saw peace and thought we were weak. But peace is not the same as surrender. Varric slammed the table. Are you threatening me? No, the old man replied. I'm warning you. Back in the control room, Dr. Zell studied the security logs. Lines of alien code flashed across the screen, then turned into strange shapes. Circles, arrows, repeated patterns. It wasn't random. It looked like human design. Zell zoomed in. In the center of the pattern was a symbol, a circle. With a single vertical line through it, he had seen that symbol before. On Earth, it was an old mark from human history, symbol of resistance, inside the holding cell. The human sat quietly again. The boy carved shapes into the floor using a piece of bone. A small game, maybe, or maybe something else. The young woman whispered to the others. It's working. They're nervous. It should be, the old man said. Now they are watching us too closely. So we wait? No, he replied. Now we move to step 2. That night, one of the alien guards was found wandering the halls. He was confused. Eyes wide, he didn't know his name. He only said one thing. They were inside my mind. In the war room, the commanders shouted over each other. This is not a normal species. They're tricking us. Maybe they're not even human. Varric raised his hand. Enough. He looked around the room. You all laughed when I said they were dangerous. You called them soft, tame, powerless. Now no one spoke. Varric continued. One of them looked at me and I saw no fear. I saw patience, like a hunter. We pointed to the screen where the boy's face appeared. They are not the ones being tested anymore. Meanwhile, deep in the ship, lights shut off one by one. Doors unlocked without commands. Strange messages appeared on screens. We were quiet because you were loud. We were soft because you were blind. Now you will see. Back in the human cell, the children were not afraid. They sat in a corner, teaching each other how to breathe slowly, deeply, like warriors used to do. The young woman placed her hand on the wall. It buzzed faintly under her fingers. The virus is moving, she said. The old man nodded. Let them feel helpless, just like they wanted us to feel. In the final hours of the ship's night cycle, a strange alarm went off. All power failed. Gravity vanished for 7 minutes. When it returned, a single message appeared on every screen. Across the ship, this is the first crack. You built this prison? We'll turn it into a lesson. Commander Varric stood alone in the dark hallway, staring at the blinking red lights. He wasn't angry. He was afraid. For the first time in years, he felt like prey. The alien warship was silent. Too silent. Commander Varric stood in the control room, staring at screens full of static. One by one, the ship's systems were failing communications. Cameras, sensors, even the artificial gravity had glitched twice since the last blackout. Dr. Zell rushed in. We're losing full control of the lower sectors. Security AI has gone dark. It's like someone is inside the ship's brain. Varric whispered the words stuck in his head since yesterday. Ghost in the system. In the human holding room, the boy sat quietly, watching a flickering ceiling light. The young woman leaned against the wall, her eyes closed but alert. The old man smiled as the door made a small click. It had unlocked just for 2 seconds. Just enough to send a message. The children looked up. "It's working," the boy said. The old man replied, "Yes, we're not inside their ship anymore." Back in the ship's core, technicians worked fast to regain control. They tried resetting the mainframe. It failed. They tried switching to backup systems. Nothing responded instead. The ship's speakers turned on by themselves. A voice echoed across every hallway. "Calm human, you studied us. You watched us. But you never understood us. Now you will." And silence. And laughter. A child's laughter. Every alien froze. Varix called a full lockdown. All humans must be restrained. "Move them to isolation deck. We need full neural scans. No more tests. Just control." Troops gathered. 30 soldiers, fully armed, marched toward the holding room. But when they arrived, the room was empty. No humans, no broken doors, no sign of escape. Just one word scratched into the wall. "Listening." Alarms screamed. Varric shouted, "Search every floor. Find them." The humans weren't far. They moved silently through the lower decks, dark, unpowered and full of shadows. The young woman led the way. She had memorized the blueprints from a guard's access card 3 days ago. The old man moved slowly but with purpose. He didn't need speed. He had already planned every step. The boy smiled as he passed a locked door. He tapped the panel twice. The door opened. They entered what used to be the drone bay. Inside were tools, wires, and alien tech. "Time to build," the boy whispered meanwhile. Dr. Zell ran scan after scan. He stared at the results in disbelief. "They're not using machines," he muttered. "They're not hacking us with tech," Varix asked. "Then how are they inside our systems?" Zell pointed to a strange energy reading. "This signal, it's from them. It's biological. They're using their minds. It's their thoughts." "Mind control?" one officer asked. "No," Zell replied. "Something worse. They're syncing with our ship, like they're teaching it to obey them." In a hidden corner of the ship, the humans worked. They didn't speak much. Every move had purpose. The children wired a console to an alien power node. The young woman connected. A memory chip taken from the burned lab. The old man placed his hand on a panel. It lit up green alien tech accepting him. Across the ship, the lights dimmed. Alien officers shouted, panicked. "We're losing gravity again." Deck 5 just sealed off by itself. I saw a human girl walk into the walls there, moving through us. Rex ordered his last command. "Evacuate to the command bridge. Leave the lower decks. We hold the top level only." The humans watched the security feeds. They saw the aliens retreat. "They're scared now," the young woman said. "They should be," the boy replied. The old man looked at the screen showing the command bridge. "Time for the final phase," he said. In the command bridge, Varix tried to calm the crew. "We still control the bridge. They can't override this sector without the master key." Dr. Zell turned slowly toward him. "What if we already gave it to them?" Everyone stared. "What do you mean?" Varix asked. Zell's voice was dry, hollow. "When we scanned the boy, we linked his mind to the ship. It didn't just see our system. The ship saw him, and it learned." Then the lights went red, and a voice echoed again, louder this time. "This ship no longer belongs to you. It listens to those who are silent. It obeys those who are patient." The floor beneath the bridge shifted. Walls closed in. Doors locked. Control panels fried. The command crew was trapped and standing at the entrance. The humans, smiling. The door to the command bridge opened without a sound. 20 humans stepped inside, calm, silent, their eyes steady. The alien officers raised their weapons but didn't fire. Something held them back. Maybe it was the look in the old man's eyes. Maybe it was the soft, unshaken breath of the boy. Maybe it was fear. Commander Varix stood tall. "You are prisoners. This is still our ship. The old man stepped forward. Not anymore. Dr. Zell moved toward a console. Even if you've tricked the ship, you don't know how to fly it. The young woman walked to the control panel. Her fingers moved fast, like she'd done it before. Screens lit up. Engines responded. The humans had learned, quickly, silently. Completely. Zell backed away. The boy spoke, voice gentle but clear. We were listening when you thought we were sleeping. Watching when you thought we were scared. Barex narrowed his eyes. You wanted us to think you were weak. The old man nodded. Yes, and you believed it because it was easy. A sudden alarm buzzed. An alien officer shouted, a fleet is approaching. Our reinforcements? Varric smiled. Now we'll see what you're really made of. The boy looked at the screen showing the incoming ships. His eyes didn't show panic. Instead, he whispered something. The ship responded. One by one, the external guns powered up. Defense shields turned on. The alien crew watched in shock. Impossible, Zell muttered. The ship is protecting them now. Inside the command bridge, the humans took control. The children began shutting down escape pods. The young woman locked the navigation system to Earth's orbit. The old man tapped into the enemy fleet's signal. He sent a simple message. This ship is under new command. Outside, the alien fleet stopped. They scanned their own warship. It didn't respond with ID codes. No calls. No answers. Just silence. And then, the ship turned toward them. Weapons Online Commander Varric grabbed his weapon. You can't win. You think you're clever, but you're still just humans. We are older, stronger, smarter. The old man walked right up to him. Your mistake, he said softly, was thinking being old meant being wise, or that silence meant fear. He turned away. We were never weak, he added. We were just quiet. In a single moment, all alien weapons were disabled. The humans hadn't needed to fire. The ship itself chose a side. It had seen two kinds of species, one that conquered with noise, and one that waited with patience. And it decided. The alien crew was moved to the lower decks. No violence, no cruelty, just silence. Exactly the silence the aliens once gave their prisoners. Now they were the ones behind the glass. Dr. Zell sat on the floor of the old lab, shaking. He stared at the boy from behind the glass. You changed everything, Zell said. But you didn't use force. You didn't even run. The boy nodded. You didn't have to. Why not? Zell asked. Boy smiled. Because you opened the door. On the command bridge, the young woman sat in the pilot's seat. The ship moved smoothly, flying toward a new direction toward Earth. The humans had won, not by fighting harder, but by thinking deeper in the last chamber. Varric sat alone, head down. The old man visited him one last time. Why didn't you destroy us when you had the chance? Varric asked. The old man looked out the glass window at the stars. Because that would make us like you, he said. And we're not. He paused. We're worse if you make us be. Then he walked away. The ship drifted across the stars once. A weapon, now a warning. A message to any who would try to cage humans again. They thought humans were tame. Now they know what we're really capable of. The alien warship moved through space like a ghost. It no longer answered to its old masters. It no longer flew under any flag. Now it followed new voices. Human voices. The young woman sat in the captain's chair, calm and focused. She looked at Earth on the screen, still far, but getting closer. It will take one more cycle to reach. Orbit, she said. The boy nodded. Plenty of time. The old man stood quietly behind them. His eyes were distant, thoughtful. We must send a message, he said. Why? One of the children asked. We already won. The old man shook his head. We won this ship. But others are still watching. Inside the former alien communications chamber, the humans activated the long-range transmitters. The same systems once used to spy on other species, now used for truth. They recorded a simple message. No anger, no threats, no lies, just clarity. The message began. This is not a warning. This is not revenge. This is history. You called us peaceful. You called us tame. You were wrong. We stayed silent because we hoped you would listen. We stayed still because we believed in peace. But you misunderstood silence as weakness. Now we speak. Now we rise. We do not seek war. But we will never bow again. Earth remembers. And now so will you. The message was sent in hundreds of languages, to distant colonies, to warlords, to empires that once saw humans. As soft, and across every listening station in the galaxy, a pattern became clear. The humans had changed, or maybe they had never been what others thought. Some planets shut down their programs to capture or study humans. Some commanders ordered full retreats from Earth's nearby sectors. Some didn't believe the message till they saw the warship flying. Under human command, the same ship that once delivered fear to others, now a symbol of silent power, on board. The old man walked through the lower decks. The captured aliens were quiet, watching, confused. He didn't speak to them, but he left behind food, water, warmth, kindness, dash without. Surrender. Dr. Zell sat alone. In the medical lab, he played the human message again and again, and each time it cut deeper. He had once called humans small thinkers. He had been wrong. They weren't small. They were deep, quiet, and dangerous in the command bridge. The boy looked out the window. "Do you think they'll come after us again?" he asked. The young woman shrugged. "Maybe. But this time," she said, "they'll think twice." Then a strange signal blinked on the screen. A new message unknown. Origin. Not from the alien fleet. Not from Earth. It was from somewhere else, farther than any of them had ever seen. The old man leaned in. The message was short. "We heard your voice. We are not your enemy. But we are watching too." The screen went black. No location. No signature. Just mystery. The humans stood silently for a moment. "Others are out there," the boy said. "Good," the old man replied. "Let them watch. Let them learn." The alien warship continued its journey. Earth grew larger on the screen, but the galaxy had grown smaller, because now, it knew, humans had never been tamed. They were just waiting, and when they rose, they changed everything. Earth looked peaceful from space. Clouds floated gently. Cities twinkled below like fireflies. No one on the surface knew what was coming from above. A stolen alien warship, piloted by the very humans who were once prisoners. The young woman stood. At the front of the bridge, eyes fixed on the blue planet. "We're finally home," she said. The boy smiled. "Not the same home we left?" The old man nodded slowly. "We're not the same people who left it." Earth's space defense systems blinked as they detected the ship. Alarms rang. Command centers buzzed with panic. "It's a hostile vessel. Alien origin. Massive firepower." Fighter ships scrambled. Orders shouted. Weapons aimed. No one expected what came next. The alien ship sent a simple code. "We are human." Confused silence filled Earth's control rooms. Then the old man's face appeared on every screen, every satellite, every phone. He spoke calmly. "This ship was used to capture our people. We have taken it back. We are not here to attack. We are here to warn. Others still watch us. Others still believe we are weak. But they are wrong. Earth must be ready." A long silence followed. Then Earth's reply came, a voice of an older woman commander, Lana Chen, head of Earth Defense. "Welcome home. We've been waiting." The ship entered Earth's orbit slowly. People across the world looked up for many. It was the first time they saw an alien ship, and they saw humans inside. Strong, silent, unbroken. In a large hangar outside New Geneva, the ship landed. Soldiers waited. Doctors stood ready. Reporters crowded. Behind barriers, the doors opened. The first to step out was the young woman, then the boy, then the others. No fear in their eyes, only purpose. Commander Chen met them personally. She saluted. The young woman returned the salute. "Tell us everything," Chen said. And they did. In the days that followed, their story spread across Earth, how they had been taken, how they had stayed calm, how they had taken control without a single bullet fired, how they turned a weapon of fear into a message of strength. The old man was invited to speak at the United Earth Council. He stood before leaders of every nation. He didn't shout, he didn't boast, he only said this: "We were seen as peaceful. That is not wrong, but peace is not weakness. It is patience. And patience has limits." Across Earth, preparations began. Satellites were upgraded, defense systems were expanded. But more than weapons, minds changed. The world realized something important. They didn't need to become monsters to survive. They just needed to remember who they were and what they could be. When united, the alien prisoners were treated fairly, questioned, studied, then sent back with a message of warning. Tell your leaders, Earth is no longer quiet. Earth is no longer sleeping, and far beyond the solar system. Other species received the message. Some were afraid, some were curious, but all of them understood one thing. Humans had changed the game, and they had done it without war. In a quiet room overlooking the sea, the old man watched the sunset. The boy sat beside him. "Is it over?" the boy asked. The old man shook his head. "No," he said. "It's just beginning." Far beyond Earth, in a hidden council chamber of the Galactic Union, leaders from 100 species met in silence. The screen in front of them showed footage of the stolen warship, of humans inside it, of Earth rising. One alien, tall with silver skin, broke the silence. "They were supposed to be weak," he said. Another, with glowing red eyes, replied softly, "They were never weak. We just didn't look closely." A third leaned forward. "We caged them," and they turned the cage into a throne. Back on Earth, the young woman walked through a new space academy. She watched rows of students train in zero gravity, build alien tech, and study advanced star maps. "We are ready now," said the head instructor. She nodded. "Next time, we won't just defend. We'll explore." The boy became a symbol, the listener, they called him. He traveled from country to country, teaching how silence can be power, how patience can be strategy. Children followed his steps. Governments listened to his words, and enemies watched him closely. The old man. He returned to the mountains, far from cameras, far from speeches. But his words had already planted seeds across the stars, words that would shape the future of humans and their place in the galaxy. Then it happened. A signal, not a warning, not a threat, but a challenge. A new alien species sent a message. "See your strength? We see your silence. Let us meet as equals." Earth replied with only 2 words: "We're ready." In a newly built Earth Star Cruiser, designed with both human and alien tech, the first contact mission began. The young woman led it. The boy came as ambassador. Crew is a mix of scientists, diplomats, and soldiers. Their goal wasn't war. It was to show the galaxy what humans truly are. When the Earth ship arrived at the neutral zone, other alien vessels were already waiting. But this time, they didn't aim weapons. They opened their doors and waited inside the alien chamber. The humans walked forward. No fear, no noise, just presence. The alien leader stood up. He bowed his head. "You have changed everything," said. The young woman replied, "No, you just finally saw us for who we are." The boy looked into the alien's eyes. "We're not just survivors," he said. "We're students, builders, fighters, thinkers, friends." He paused, but never again. "Your pets." That night, across the galaxy, the message spread again. Only this time, the words were different. They are not tame. They are not wild. They are something new, something we must never underestimate again. Earth had earned a new name among the stars. Not a number, not a code, but a title. The Quiet Flame. A place where peace burned hot until tested on Earth. As the stars sparkled in the sky, The old man smiled in his chair. He closed his eyes. The future was loud now, but behind it, silence remained. The kind of silence that speaks louder than war. The kind of silence that says, "We are human, we are calm, we are kind, till we are not."